So that is a little bit more crazy cat lady. If you showed up in like a month with 14 cats, I'd be like, okay, Jamie, I think
I
you
can't
might
do
be
it.
going crazy cat lady. It was a lot. I mean, only like maybe 4 or 5 were indoor.
Hmm.
Everyone else was just they were all outside, and that's where they needed to be.
I
One of
mean,
them,
if it's a farm outside, barn cats.
yeah,
Inside, no. Like 4, I'm tapped. Like so.
yeah, because they're everywhere. Like every
Yeah.
room that you walk into, it's like, oh yeah, there's one of the cats.
Well, and they always want like I so we have 3 girls and 1 boy, and the Fergus was an accident. I sent my
Okay,
husband to go buy cat food, and he came home with another cat.
it was not cat comma food. I wanted cat food.
But, Fergus is honestly great because, he loves the boys. So, I mean,
Nice.
can't go wrong. The boys needed a
Yeah,
friend. The 3 girls want absolutely nothing to do with my children because they're still in toddler mode, so it's fine.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Lots of pulled tails, I'm sure.
yeah, they run away immediately.
Yes.
So, in case you didn't know, today's episode is about cats.
Yes. We have changed this podcast to be about cats. Send in your questions.
I don't know everything, I just like to pet them.
Yeah, we're going to make up the answers, by the way. None of this is true. So just send in your questions. We'll make up our answers about the cats. It's cool.
Uh-huh, yeah.
But yeah, no, I am like severely allergic to cats, which is probably why I had allergies all growing up because we had like 14 cats. But I just didn't know that at the time. But recently, I mean, I say recently, my oldest, who is 10, was maybe 2 at the time. So it's not that recent.
Mhm.
But I went to stay the night at a friend's house out of town, and their cat liked to just sleep on the guest bed pillows. And halfway through the night, I woke up and my eyes were like welded shut. And I felt like my face was like 3 times its normal size. I was like, I think I need Benadryl and also to leave.
Yeah, Alex unfortunately can't come to my house very often. And,
Same
like,
deal.
technically, my husband is allergic to cats too, and, well, he suffers for me.
Yes, they make medicine for that. He's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I vacuum every day. I try to be very clean, but, yeah, it's still animal dander.
Can you wear dark clothing though?
I am
I
wearing
mean,
black.
I see that you're wearing black right now, but like out in public, can you? Because most of my cat owner friends are like, I just can't wear black because it's just white cat fur all over the place.
So this is actually gonna sound crazy. I think this is the most black I own. I wear so much color. I'm literally like I'm always in yellow, I'm always in orange, but this was on top, so this is what I'm wearing. It was on top of the laundry basket.
Yeah. Yeah, that is how I pick. I get up and it's so dark in our room because we love it to be dark. And then I just go to the drawer and I just shove my hand in there and whatever shirt comes out, I'm like, cool. I'm wearing my armor coffee shirt today with the like cool rhino. Uh, but yeah.
And then you get
Okay.
excited when you find something else like a month later and you're like, "Oh, I forgot I
Yeah.
had this."
I forgot I owned this. I'm gonna wear it 3 days in a row.
Oh, wow. It's a
Yes.
good thing this podcast is called Wisdom in the Tangents, right? No.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we get wisdom by talking about cats. We learn all sorts of things. But yeah, Jamie, tell us a little bit about you, about like where you're based, what you do, how many cats you have, all the important things.
Okay, so my name is Jamie Tobin. I am an elopement photographer. I live in Iowa. I don't work here though. Born and raised Midwesterner. I want absolutely nothing to do with barn weddings, church weddings. I did my time there. It's not my
Uh-huh.
thing, and I left. So now I very much persuade couples to elope in the mountains with me or have like intimate winery weddings outdoors. I'm obsessed with backyard weddings, like tented weddings, anything hiking. It's my thing. I love it. And I also coach mom photographers, which is so funny because like we're gonna yap about this episode where it's like get out of the education binge and apply your knowledge. And yet I still do teach people, but when I teach people, I always tell them like, if I'm not your last coach, why are you investing in the next one?
Yeah. No, that's a good I love that. No, that's really cool. Also, I love that you're just like, "I'm in the Midwest, don't work here. I am not about this life." Maybe
I
about this
love the
life.
Midwest, but
Yes, love the Midwest, don't want to shoot all the Midwest weddings.
I have, like, a lot of Lord of the Rings is my thing, it's a lot of my, like, lore, my humor, and I tell
Uh-huh.
people I am a hobbit, I am 5 foot on a shoe-wearing day, but the Midwest is my shire. I'm always going to the mountains, I want mountains. I don't wanna
Yes.
be here.
Yes. Oh, man. I get excited because 'cause I'm in, like, South Central Texas, near Houston, and it is just so flat here. Everything is flat. I get excited when there's a storm in the distance and the clouds resemble mountains, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I can just imagine that I'm in Colorado or something right now."
How far is Colorado from where you're at in Texas?
It's like to drive to Denver, it's probably like 11 hours.
Okay, cool, so we're, like, the same distance from Denver,
Yeah, yeah, we could both leave right now
and
and
we
meet
could be
up
there,
there. Yeah.
except I have to go across Nebraska, so
Yeah, yep, I'm just
Ugh.
mostly Texas for the whole way.
Everyone forgets how big Texas is.
W We do too. I mean, I've thought about I had a photo shoot out in, Midland, like, Odessa, West Texas area. There's, like, these really cool sand hills,
Mhm,
and the couple, like, he was in oil, so he was out in Odessa, which is the only thing in Odessa. It's, like, 2 gas stations, and that's it. And I drove out there, and I punched it into the GPS. I was like, "Oh, this is 8.5 hours. All right. I will be leaving very early in the morning to get there for the afternoon photo shoot."
good thing I have podcast to binge.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I binged a ton. It was great.
Yeah, no, I love being able to travel for work. I mean, I still work in Iowa, which is funny. I have an Iowa wedding this weekend, and I've
Nice.
known her forever, and she told me 7 years ago, "When I get married someday," she was not engaged, didn't have a boyfriend at the time, but she's like, "You're gonna be my wedding photographer," and I'm like, "I will hold you to it," and here we are this
Nice.
weekend. But, like, I just destination weddings, it when I did my first elopement, I was like, "This is the missing piece. This is what I love doing." I
Yeah.
absolutely love helping couples plan an elopement, having like, seeing that light bulb where you can do what you want versus feeling pressured to do traditions that we don't believe in.
Mhm.
It's so much it's what sparked my joy again.
Yes. Yeah, same for me. The first elopement that I did, I was just like, "Oh, this is it," because it was very much exactly them. Like, they did everything for themselves exactly how they wanted to. There were no traditions of, "Well, we have to do the garter toss because
Mhm.
it's tradition," or, "We have to have these colors," or, "Do this kind of cake." And it was all just like, "We're not going to do a cake. We're just going to have an entire table of a bunch of different sweets and some of our favorite things." I was like, "Yeah,
Mhm.
this is great. Why don't other people do this?" And I love the non-traditional weddings. It's so much fun to see, like, the ideas that are just like, "Oh, I never would have thought about this. This is
Yeah.
very cool."
It I also, like, enjoy some traditional things though, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy cake. I tell people I will come for your wedding cake, whether you want wedding cake at your elopement or but, like, the
I
funny
will
part is
show up.
the funny part is we had cheesecake for ours and, chicken wings and pizza. It was great because it was
That
me. I was
sounds
like,
that sounds great.
I have my safe meal, chicken fingers.
I mean, how many times have you gone to a wedding or shot a wedding, and then the food is just like, I know that they paid so much for this like dry chicken with mushrooms on top, and it's just like everything is just like, eh, it's okay. But like if you show up to a wedding and then you're served like chicken tenders and pizza, it's like,
Mhm.
this is great. I'm
There
having so much fun.
or, like, when you're at a wedding and they bring out the kids' meals, and you're like, "Can I switch my name tag? Can
I
I have
know.
that?" Like,
I
that
know.
looks really good, actually.
Yeah, I literally like followed, like the chef came out of the kitchen holding 2 kids meals and they looked like legit good, like breaded chicken tenders, and I was just like, I'm gonna follow you and like take a couple photos of these too, and also see if you have another plate back there for me.
Like, I know that kid's not gonna eat all that, come on.
Right? Yeah, 3 full chicken tenders for a 5-year-old? I don't think so.
Also, could you give me a Shirley Temple? I cannot go to a wedding without a Shirley. A Shirley is my safety drink.
Nice.
Ugh.
Yeah, I wait. Shirley Temple's non-alcoholic, right?
Yes, or no,
Okay.
not al yes, no alcohol. You know what I meant.
Yes. 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 No. Yes. No. Yes.
Yes, no, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I remember always wanting one of those when I was like 11 and thinking that they were some cocktail, and just like one day I'm gonna order a Shirley Temple because that like grenadine in there looks delicious. And then I think I was like probably 24 whenever I realized, oh no, it's like just like Sprite and like the
A little
grenadine
red dye
stuff.
40, it's fine.
Yeah. Hey, that's what makes it taste so good,
You
and it
know,
sticks with you.
I just need an occasional red dye to get me through the day.
Yep.
I
Red red dye blooded American.
as I have M&Ms in my nightstand.
Yes.
I'm like a late night snack, hang on.
The
Oh,
different colored M&Ms do taste different though. Green is my favorite.
I'm
It's
personally a big fan of yellow. I like yellow M&Ms.
really? Okay, I
And yellow
mean,
Starburst.
oh, okay. Does everyone just give you all of their yellow Starburst?
They do. It's pretty
That's
great.
that's the best. Yeah. I had one friend in high school that just he loved the yellow, or at least said that he did, and everyone would just give him all the yellow Starburst, and I was like, "That's kinda smart." If even if you don't really like it, you just get extra candy because
Mhm.
nobody else wanted them.
I don't like orange, though. Not that you needed this information.
It was on my list of questions to ask you, so I'm glad that we got to the Starburst. Yeah, I'll just mail you all of my yellow Starburst. You just mail me all the orange because I love the orange, and
Perfect.
then
This will be
it'll
a
be
great
good.
alliance. Do
Yeah,
you wanna form an alliance with me?
absolutely, I do. I love that. Like, I don't have a lot of people who get my inside jokes and stuff, and I hope to be a part of one someday. But it is nice to have because sometimes I will throw out things on this podcast and they just like
Mm.
they just fall. And I'm like, someone listening will get this.
I
Uh,
understand you.
yeah.
Well, and I
It
was
is-
like, whenever I would thread something random, I swear you were always the first person to respond. I'm like, "Somebody gets me."
yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's the algorithm or what, but it was just like I would see it and I was like, "Oh, she posted that like 2 minutes ago. Why is this like already already showing up?" But yes, I will comment on it. But yeah, no, okay. So I do want to talk about education
Let's
because
do it.
like we're both in education. I'm sure you've been to conferences, taken workshops, paid for many courses and things. I have done the same. There's a lot that I paid for and then went through the whole deal, hours and hours of videos and stuff. And then I was like, all right, one day I'm gonna I'm gonna implement this. Um, I mean, do you see that still being like a thing for a lot of people where they're just like binging education?
I do, and I try to I try to, like, ask myself, like, "How can I say this without being too blunt?" Where I'm like, I'm gonna kick you in the butt. It's time to hang up the template.
Yeah.
It's time to hang up this. It's time to actually take action and put in the work and do it because I feel and I'm guilty of it. Like literally I am so guilty of doing this exact same thing. I'm like, I've seen it. It's not gonna get you anywhere. You need to put your safety blanket aside. Education is your safety blanket. And I know it's because we have community and the different sort of education groups that we invest in, but you have to still be willing to put yourself out there and go do the thing. Otherwise, you're not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, because then you're just like it's almost like a feel good thing of like, I'm investing in myself, I'm going to these conferences, I'm taking these courses, I'm listening to all of these podcasts to better my business, but then you don't like actually do it, but it still makes you feel good because you're taking that first step of like bringing in all the education, and then it just sits there. Like, I don't know how
Mhm.
many, like, I have notebooks over there from conferences that I've been to where I took so many notes, and in the moment I'm like, this is going to be life changing, this is going to absolutely change my business, is going to be so good. And then I get home and it goes on a shelf because I go like straight back into dad mode, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't have the time to implement this kind of stuff.
It seriously it happens so much because, like, especially when we started, like, "We're gonna teach mom photographers because we're mom photographers," and nobody's gearing education towards parents and
Right.
how to actually do this with children, and then we're just like, "Okay, we understand you, we empathize because we're in your shoes too, but at the same time, you have to have, like, a season where you gotta go get it done, you gotta just do it, you like, literally my biggest thing is done is better than perfect because, like, I would sit
Mhm.
there and I'd overanalyze it because I was a straight A student, and if it wasn't perfect, if it wasn't gonna get me an A, I can't put it out there, but
Yep.
C's get degrees. Like, you just gotta get it out there.
You really do. Is I'm a recovering perfectionist. I was also straight A. Like, I finished all of my like high school math by the time I was 15,
Same.
and I was just like, this is great. I can, like, I wanted to excel in everything that I did. Like, I played basketball. I'm not a tall guy. Like, in high school I was 5'8" or so, and I worked so hard on like figuring out how to dunk because I wanted to dunk. I wanted to jump really high, and I like watched videos about like certain stretches you could do. I could do the splits when I was 16,
Ouch.
and I like, yeah. Not anymore. That was 20 years ago. But yeah, like I worked really, really hard, and by the time I was 17, I could dunk because like I wanted it that hard. I
Mhm.
was like, I just always like put so much into it. And then like becoming a business owner, always wanted everything to be perfect. I always wanted, just like, I'm not going to release this. I'm not going to redo my website until it's perfect. I'm not going to
Mhm.
like, even though I could like change my homepage, publish that, then work on my about page and like do these little steps to where it actually gets done. Instead, it's just like this one big giant thing on the to-do list that never gets checked off because I don't actually have the time for it.
And I think that one thing that people do too when they're binging education, they're just like, okay, well, I'm taking this step. I'm here. I'm in this. I'm learning this thing. And if I'm seeking out education, it's because I don't know a specific tool to how to use something specifically. Like I've
Yeah.
done like Google ads, I've done Meta ads, I've done um, Instagram, like social media. Like I've because I tried to learn like how the it girls are doing social media, and I'm like, well, that's cool. I'm probably not going to use that, but like I'm always curious because I like learning, I like seeing what other people are doing, but then I started to realize, like, I'm just soaking up knowledge and spending money instead of actually moving my business forward, and, like, it
Mhm.
felt good, it felt like I was doing something, but I was just listening to what they were saying, and like, I was like, "Okay, wait, I need to pause, I need to look at my whole business as a whole right now, and what can I be doing better? What could I try? And what could I just say, like, it's fine, just put it out there, see what happens. And it's kind of crazy how much has changed since I started doing that just in the last year.
Oh yeah, I mean, because like you and Alex launched Cameras and Car Seats podcast, what, like
6 months ago.
6 months ago? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that has been a huge change.
Well, and we're like, it was literally a Voxer conversation. I think it was September or October. I was like, "I'm gonna do a podcast." And Alex is like, "Yeah, we should do that." And I'm like, "Yeah, we should."
Yeah.
And then, like, literally a week later, "We're gonna do this right now, otherwise we're not gonna do it." And then we had no idea what we were doing. We asked my husband because he's super techie. He's the one that's like, "Okay, this microphone, this mixer, good audio is everything, and
Mhm.
you're gonna want video." And I'm like, "Am I? Am I gonna want video? I don't know what I'm doing." And, yeah, we just full send. We did some branding photos, we found a name. We were literally those 2 girls laughing in a coffee shop because 'cause we're like, "Cameras and car seats? That's ridiculous," but it's kinda funny. Um, but it's been so much fun because, like, we've gotten to connect with, I think, like, over 600 mom photographers now, and we're like, "Holy shit." Like, we'll read what their DMs and we're like, "Okay, we're not alone." Like,
Yeah.
this is amazing. Like, this is why we put it out there, and it just feels good to, like, help them, but also be like, "We're gonna push you because we don't want you to sit here. We don't want you to stay here. Like, these things are possible."
Yeah. It's really easy, like, because I'm also like sometimes I'll call myself a mom tog because I'm like I'm the primary parent. I stay at home.
Mhm,
I work from home. My wife works out of the house. So I'm like at home, especially during the summer. I've got all three kids here. And I'm like, yeah, it is really easy to use that as an excuse to not do things and just like, well, I've got to take care of the kids. I only have so much time during the day, or I don't, I want to set a boundary to where I'm not working after everyone's asleep and all of that. And it can be used as an excuse. Like I'm all for boundaries,
mhm.
but also like you go through different seasons in your life. And sometimes, especially like toddler season, is like you cannot get more than 10 to 15 minutes, at least with my
The door's
kids as
locked. We're
toddlers.
good.
Okay, good.
And then, well, I think I locked it. It's
Yeah.
fine.
We'll see. It'll be
If there's just a random
it's
toddler in here asking me about Starburst.
yeah. Yeah, like, take what you want, leave the yellows, take what you want.
Literally. No, seriously, and, like, that's also another thing too, because you mentioned your kids are older. It's
Yeah.
you forget how hard it is in certain seasons of parenting when you get to the next level of parenting, and it's always levels, like, it's not one's not well, newborn stays is easy, okay, I'm sorry, fight me, newborn is easy. But, like, toddlerhood, teenagehood, like, they're all hard. It's just
Yeah.
what you're in at the moment.
It's different levels of hard. It's like different things. It's like toddlers are hard because they're just like getting into everything. So many markers. I don't know where they find all the markers. I'm like, they stay in one spot out of
Mhm.
reach from you. How did you get this purple marker in your room, under your bed, just like in a cave,
I
drawing
had
on the wall?
crayon all over our wall, like, so I was like, "Well, good thing I got magic erasers on standby, it's fine."
Mhm. Oh yeah, we bought the like jumbo box at Costco. Like we're gonna go through these quickly. But yeah, like it is difficult as parents when you're trying to like run a full-time business and be a present parent. Cause
Mhm.
like you could just like throw your kids on screens all day. I am all about like limited screen time and like a little bit. We are not a no screen household at the least.
Mhm.
But like you could just like, all right, kids, go do whatever you want. I'm gonna work. But like it is, I don't know, it's difficult to do parenting full time, being present, and run a full time business at the same time.
It is. Like, there's no sugarcoating it. It's
Yeah.
hard. Choose your
Yeah.
hard.
Hmm.
And I'm right there with you. we're a screen time friendly household. Like my 4-year-old knows how to game with my husband. It's adorable.
That's great.
And we love Daniel Tiger, but we spend almost all morning outside all summer. Like we have
Mhm.
a splash pad, we have like the sprinkler. We are outside all the time. We're outside people.
Yes. Oh,
Which
yeah.
makes sense because I'm an elopement photographer.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, we are outside when it's not like 110 degrees outside,
Yes.
because my oldest also gets like heat sick, so we have a good 10 to 15-minute window when it's that hot, and I'm also like, I don't want to be out here.
No.
I am melting. But yeah, like with all of that, like knowing how difficult it is to even find time to work on your business, how can we start implementing the stuff that we're learning, that we are spending that money, spending that time, feeling good about investing in ourselves and our businesses? How can we take it off the shelf once we've like actually brought in all of that knowledge?
I think, like, one thing that I did for sure was legit, I paused. I was like, "What am I actually consuming?
Mm,
Is it actually going to solve something for me right now? Or am I just consuming to consume? Am I just doom scrolling?" So it's like, what action can I actually take after I learn this? Like, can I go set up a Google ad? Can I go set up a Meta ad? Can I fix my landing page? Can I write a blog post? What can I do that's actually gonna move the needle if I binge this content right now? And if
yeah.
I'm not gonna move the needle, why am I watching it?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I always say that I'm like a constant learner. I'm just like a student of life. And there are a lot of times that I'm like, why am I watching this right now? Like, is am I doing this to get something out of it? Am I doing it to just like have it on in the background while I'm editing or something?
Mhm,
That's okay. I can do that. I just have to know what I'm doing, what are my reasons for this? And yeah, I love that, like, pausing. I think that we don't I mean, we live in a very fast world. Everything is just happening so quickly and just changing all around us, and it is good to just take a beat and just be like, "Where am I?"
mhm.
Also, I ask myself that all the time, just like,
What am I doing?
What am I doing? Where am I?"
Did
But,
I
like,
shower
where
today? Yes, I did.
do I need another one? Probably.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I will right now, I'm binging Little House on the Prairie while I edit and while I do random work tasks because I know this sounds really weird. In our current state of the world, it kind of makes me feel good to just watch 70s TV while I'm getting work done to feel a little distracted from everything that is happening in the world.
Mhm.
And so like that, yes, I'm binging Little House on the Prairie. But like other times when I need to focus and I need to learn something, I have really tried to be very strategic about what I invest in and specifically what I've invested in this year within like the last like 7, 8 months because I was just like I need to just stop mindlessly, like, investing in certain things because I love learning. I'm very, like, squirrel. I wanna see it. I wanna know what you're doing.
Yes.
I wanna know why you're doing it, but I'm like, "Okay, I can't be everywhere all the time. I don't have that much brain power right now between the kids, work, podcast, elopements, planning, timeline calls. Did I eat today?"
Yes, yeah, just grab those yellow Starbursts under the desk, you're good. Good for
Literally.
another 2 hours.
I mean,
But
I got my electrolytes. We're
it's
good.
yeah, that's all you need. But yeah, like, there's so much in our day-to-day lives as entrepreneurs, especially entrepreneurs as parents. Like, you've got so much going on that you need to pause, like you were saying. Pause, take a break, look at what you're doing, what are you bringing in, what are you listening to, what are you watching, and like, is this something that's going to move you forward? And if so, how can you do that? Like, how can you take,
Mhm.
like, I love breaking things into baby steps because I feel really good about like checking off things off of a checklist.
Oh,
And
yeah.
whenever I create a checklist, I'm just like create checklist, check. Write down a
Spreadsheet.
second thing,
Yes.
check. I'm just like breaking everything down to open computer, check email, and like every little thing. It just feels so good to check things off. But also, like, it is really helpful to have those little baby steps to where you're not just, like I said earlier, of like redoing my whole website.
Mhm.
That's a huge checklist. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. And it's hard to just be like, I'm going to go to this conference and then I'm going to revamp my entire sales pitch and like way that I uh, sales funnel and all of that stuff is like, that's more than just like a one day, like, this is going to
Yeah.
take 15 minutes. I can check this off. It is a lot of steps. And I have to break it into a bunch of little steps or it will never happen.
As like spreadsheets, checklists. So how's raw dogging your ADHD going for you? Because it's not work. No, like
Yeah.
I need all the lists.
Yes.
Because like every single morning I wake up and I write myself a list, and it's like I have the home side and I have the work side. So home side, dishes, vacuum, go like bring in the mail, go to the recycling center, take the boxes in, and it's like work side. It's like okay, cull this proposal, send this timeline off, location scout for XYZ. And it's like, okay, I try to give myself like 3 to 5 things that I can check off. And like one thing is more of a long-term goal where it's like, okay, right now I'm working on scheduling all of my blog posts. So, okay, that one, I'm not going to get all 50 of these blogs scheduled that I want for the rest of the year because I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I am crazy. I know that. But I am going to put it on my to-do list every single day so that I can like if I can't see it, it doesn't exist. And I have to just take all those baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's also good. Like, even those big things, having them on your to-do list and like, yeah, it might get pushed over to the next week, but it's still going to be on the list that you see. And then whenever you have time, it's like, you know what, I have time to tackle this big thing. Like,
Mhm.
I have people that like, I'm really bad about like judging how long it's going to take to do something because I'm also just like squirrel brain. I'm just like, I'll start something and I'm like, oh, this. And then I come back to it. I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay. This was supposed to take 5 minutes. It has been 35 and I have done nothing except open up my computer.
You just
But yeah. But like, they'll put like, for the different tasks, like this 5 minutes, this is a 15-minute task, and having those like really big ones where it's just like it's gonna get moved on to next week's to-do list
Mhm.
until eventually you have the time and like your editing's all cut up, or your, the main things, you have all of those 50 blogs done and you're just like, okay, I can work on this other thing now. Which, I think we, like, the year goes in cycles so much, that we, as entrepreneurs, we often like to think that everything is just going to be the same. Like, every week is the same,
Mhm.
and I have the same amount of time to do things.
You don't.
And you don't. You really don't. Like, even if you don't have kids, you still don't, because like summer is different, and the holiday season in the winter is just like you're going to be doing extra stuff. And as wedding photographers, there's like different seasons that are more busy, and others that you're just like, I have like one wedding this month. This is crazy. And like, looking in the past years of what it actually looked like, and like looking at it from a distance and being like, okay, yeah, March, April is busy every year. I can plan for that months in
Mhm.
advance so that I'm not just drowning. Every time March comes around, I'm like, I'm so busy. I'm just like working every single weekend.
Well, and like I track all of my data because I am a data spreadsheet lover.
I love
And
it.
I can see, I'm like, oh my God, I haven't had an inquiry. I'm like, Jamie, calm down. It's been 3 days. Like,
Yeah.
there's a holiday. Like, okay.
It was a holiday weekend. Everyone's eating hot dogs right now.
Or I can see like what months I get the most inquiries in. Like for me, my biggest inquiry month is April. And I like, if I didn't know that by
Yeah.
looking at years of data, I'm like, "Oh, chill out, you're fine."
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I always like when they talk about like the engagement season being like November to February, and I every year I'm just like expecting so many like an influx of inquiries around then, and it never happens. But like looking at the data, I'm just like, oh yeah, it's usually like March and April. That's whenever people like they may have gotten engaged during the engagement season, but they're not reaching out
Mhm.
yet because like they have to usually book a venue or like figure out the day and place that they're getting married, and then they'll reach out to a photographer. Unless they're like your friend who's just like
Yeah.
single and like, Jamie, one day you're going to photograph my wedding.
I've like, honestly, I love those people so much because 'cause I've known them for so long, and they're just like, "Just so you know," and I'm like, "I'll be here, I'm waiting." And then they
Yep,
do, and I'm like, "Oh my god, we're really doing this."
I know.
And I don't know, I'm really excited for that one, but, like, I think I also, like, with education-wise sorry, I got, like, distracted on a slight idea light bulb, but,
Yeah.
I used to take advice from every podcast and everything I would listen to, and then I realized not every advice applies to everyone equally,
Hmm.
and once I started realizing, "Oh, okay, I don't have to do that. Just because that works for them, that's amazing. Love that for you. Get that bag. But I'm gonna do this over here because this works better for me."
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of discernment of like because I used to go and just redo my website all the time because someone would be like, "You need to have this on your homepage." I'm like, "Oh, I don't have that. Let me add that."
Mhm.
And then someone else is like, "Never have this on your homepage." I'm like, "Oh, I should take that off my homepage." Okay, good call. Like, oh, it's just like, "Oh, you are an authority because I'm listening to you," but there's also like, does this work for me?
Mhm.
Because I've also had people tell me like, you need to have like two collections, maybe three on your pricing list. I'm like, but I like four. Four
Mhm.
works for me.
Yeah.
And I've tried three and it was fine, but I like four, and four seems to fit better. And I'm able to like talk through that a lot easier than just having three. And like that kind of stuff, just like you need to have that discernment of, is this something that I need to be taking notes on for me? Or is it just I'm listening to this podcast and like this is great, but this information is not really applicable to me right now.
Mhm. Well, and that's funny because, like, website-wise, I have, like, 2 offers facing. So it's like, "Here's my starting rate no matter what. Here's my starting
Hmm.
rate." And it's like, here's my full I like doing full day or full weekend. I don't necessarily like doing partial coverage anymore because I don't wanna leave, and I'm not
Yeah,
gonna book another wedding anyway, and
exactly.
I feel guilty leaving because I'm like, "But it's not the full story, I don't" but,
Hmm.
like, I know you didn't pay me, and I know this is a business, but I don't wanna go so I'm like, "I'm just not gonna offer this anymore," because it gives me anxiety because I don't wanna leave, but I
Yeah.
also don't wanna, like, undercharge myself anyway, but, like, so it's, like, public
No,
facing, and
I've
then I
been
have
going the same
yeah.
thing lately because they're like, I hate it whenever they do like the mock exit and then they go back in and it's like the rave dancing, just everyone's losing their mind and having so much fun. I'm like, I want to photograph this. This
Yes,
is what I wanted to be here for. And now I have to leave. I think I'm just gonna stick around.
and the funny part is I love elopements. I will get down to a reception. I love a good reception with an
Hmm.
actual DJ.
Hmm.
That might be a spicy hot take, but, like, a real DJ that's, like, doing its thing.
Yeah.
But, like, I can't
Exactly like
not
that. Right up here, like a chipmunk DJ.
yes.
Just
But, like, you know what I mean? Like, not just someone that's hitting next. Like, Spotify
right.
playlists work, but, like, a real reception with, like,
Hmm.
mixes. One of the
Uh,
best receptions I've ever been to was my client's wedding in North Carolina this winter. I was like, "Dude, you gotta come everywhere. I need you everywhere. You were amazing."
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
that was a slight tangent.
no, there are those DJs that I'm like, whenever I see that they're on the vendor list, I'm like, oh yes, Joe's gonna
Yes.
be here. This is gonna be so good because it's just like the way that they just mix and like can like slow the tempo of some songs and then build it up and just like, I don't know what you're doing, but it's
You're doing
great.
the squirrel
You're doing the squirrel thing and and it is so good. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't remember where we were before that tangent.
Oops.
But where you were going was great. I could tell.
I just got really excited there for a minute. It's the squirrels.
It's the squirrels. So many squirrels all around. Um, yeah. I'm usually pretty good about like putting pins in things and being like, "Oh yeah, this is what you were saying."
Anyway, circling
Anyway,
back. No.
circling back to that. But yeah, no, it's I don't remember now. It was something about I don't remember.
Um, you know, give me like 2
Listeners,
seconds.
hit like back 30 seconds a couple times and let us know where we were.
What did I say? Like, this is my like, education, people taking advice from all of people and not just sticking to we were talking about packages. Yes.
Hey,
Yeah, because
packages.
I technically do have 4, like, starter packages after someone inquires, like,
Mhm,
and, like, I can build off of that. And, like, as during while we're doing the consult call, I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna do this one," or, "No, we're gonna do my signature one because you listed that you want rehearsal coverage, you want an adventure session, you want full day coverage, you wanna be present with your people, so we'll do sunset portraits the next day." So, like, yeah, we're gonna do my signature package. Or if it's, like, an actual, like, winery wedding, one day, like, we'll just do this one with rehearsal add-on. So it's like I have multiple different packages, but I used to do it a few years ago where I just had one base rate and then whatever you wanted was all an add-on, and I would just custom build everything, and that worked for a while, and then it stopped working because times changed, and
mhm.
now I have 4, and, like, I tell people, like, "I might be telling you to try something, but I'm not gonna guarantee it's gonna work because you might not like it, and just try it." Like, if you've never done it, try it, see if you like it, see if it works with your business. If it doesn't, hey, you tried it, try this instead.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, markets are very different with how things work. Like Iowa market, very different. Destination market, very different. Texas
Mhm.
market, New York market. Like
Yeah.
like all of those clients, they need different things. And sometimes it's going to be exactly the same thing. And sometimes it might be like, okay, I'll try this. And then if it doesn't work, like know that you can always circle back.
Mhm. Well, and I honestly, probably 90% of all of my client stuff is still custom. Because, like, once we get on a
Hmm.
consult call, I'll figure out exactly what matters the most to them just by what they say. And I'm like, "Okay, then you actually need this. I'm not gonna sell you that."
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. There are sometimes that I'll get on like where we're talking about one of the higher packages and then we talk about the wedding. I'm like, I could sell you that one, but you don't. I don't think you actually need it. Like this is gonna fit your wedding just fine. Like unless you add stuff on as we
Mhm.
get closer to the wedding, this one's gonna work. It's gonna be good. I'm still gonna be there all day
Yeah.
because I also love the all day deal. I don't like cramming things into a certain timeline because like it's stressful for me to be like, okay, we have 6 hours to do all of this, or we have only an hour before the ceremony to get like all the pre-ceremony photos. This is insane. And it's stressful for you, the photographer, it's stressful for the couple where they're thinking like, okay, we gotta get this, we gotta get this. And
Mhm.
if you can spread out that timeline, I'm all about it.
But
Uh,
then it makes me sad because, like, when they get their gallery back, the one thing I don't want is I don't want my clients sitting there and like, "Ugh, remember when we had to, like, rush over here, and then we had to do that, and then aunt so and so, blah, 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 didn't show up for this photo." I don't want them thinking about that. Like,
yeah.
I want them to just look at their photos and just be like, "Oh my gosh, we were talking about this story, and we were doing this," and, so I'm like, "If we try to rush this, you're not going to have the organic experience that I thrive on, that I try really hard to give to all my clients and also give to all my coaching students. Because like, I want to make sure I'm listening to you, but I also wanna make sure that I'm steering you in the direction that's gonna get you to what you actually want."
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's something that we forget a lot of times is like you gotta steer in the right direction and like you were saying earlier, take that moment to just pause and see like where do I need to go? What is best? And
Well,
is this best
Netflix.
for me? Yeah.
Like, the Netflix disclaimer, "Are you still
Yes.
watching?"
Are you still watching this? Are you
Yeah.
still here? Yes. I just don't know where the remote went.
Yeah, well, see, that's why you have to have Apple because you can find it with the little device finder Bluetoothy thing.
I
That
know.
was not accurate, but I feel like you knew what I meant.
Oh no, I know exactly what you mean. And that was something that I wished that I had for the longest time. Now we just have like our Alexa hooked up to it.
Mm.
So we're just like, Alexa, next episode. And it's like, okay. And then does it. I'm like, this is the life. We're living in 3025 right now.
We were an Alexa household. We are now a full Surrey. I can't say her real name because then my phone will go off. But
Hmm.
we have completely switched. We are HomePods, and yeah, we used to have Alexa, but she made me mad, so I got rid of her.
Yeah.
I was pregnant, so
You know what? Out. Out of this household. You are not listening to me anymore.
I didn't get rid of the husband though. He's still here.
Hey, that's a positive. You got the husband, you got the cats. Alexa can get out.
She was the robot that was sacrificed.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Oh, Jamie, this has been so much fun. I can't believe it's like already been 45 minutes. It's insane.
I told you,
Um,
you gotta just tell me to stop talking.
I know. We could go on for probably 3 more hours just talking about stuff.
Probably.
Um, which I should have you and Alex on
Yes.
and do like a bonus episode at some point. That would be really fun. Just the three of us.
Rapid fire. Parents,
Rapid fire,
cameras, Texas
everything.
heat.
Yes, yes. But yeah, before we wrap up and let people know where they can follow along and find you, there's something that I like to do where we talk about what we're loving this week. And it can be literally anything, book, TV show, movie, whatever, new food. What are you loving this week?
Um, okay, well, the first thing that just came to my mind was this is gonna sound really cliche,
Okay.
but, the vendor table dropped their podcast episode and they shouted me out, and I was like, "Michael, thank you."
Really? All
And
right.
I didn't know that. Like, I had a friend screenshot it, send it to me, and I was like,
That is
"Cool,"
cool.
because they were talking about flat lays. I know it's a humor
Oh
funny
yeah.
episode because, like, they were bantering with another photographer,
Yeah.
and,
I know
um
like Michael's very big into flat lays.
and I'm just like, "Hey, thanks for shouting me out, though, with the box sets. I appreciate
Yes.
it."
Does Michael use the box set?
He does, and, like, he's shouted me
Nice.
out a couple times now, and I'm like, I just really this is gonna sound so cliche. I really appreciate people that have a bigger following that help pull up other people because, like,
Yeah.
we're all a community. The photographer world is actually really small. Like, the wedding industry is super small, and we all know each other somehow. We're all invisible strings, so, like, just seeing, like, bigger creators, like, pull other smaller creators up, like, it has really made my day, so I guess I'm loving that this week, so
Yeah. No, I'm loving that too. And I love that same thing of like where people are not like too big to just be like, yeah, this is great. I'm really loving this. And I'm going to give Jamie a shout out because she has created this box set.
it
And
still
and
blows my mind because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, people actually like what I made? It was literally a random idea, and I'm so proud of it, but, like, this is so cool."
yeah, it was really cool because I had seen probably your TikTok or reel or something about it, but it was like where you were just doing voiceover, so I didn't see your face. And I had seen that and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I really need to get better at at flat lays.
I got you.
And I was like, I think I'm gonna get those. And then started listening to cameras and car seats, and I was like, wait a second.
Invisible
that's
strings
that's you. Okay.
is me.
Uh, but no, that's cool. Yeah, I love that. I will also have to listen to that episode, and then I'll like
It's like
comment
the
in
one they
the
just
Spotify.
posted, and I was like,
Okay,
"What? Thank you."
that's very
Um,
cool.
so, like, that was just unexpected, but, like, he has unexpectedly name dropped me a couple times now and has helped push sales by doing that because he has such a big following,
Oh yeah,
and I'm just forever grateful. I owe you a million beers. I don't know Long Island iced tea, he lives in Long Island. I
there
don't
you go.
that was a bad joke if he ever listens to that, I'm sorry. Uh,
Okay, that's great. I'm loving a movie that I saw recently called Sinners with Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
where he plays twins. So there's like double Michael B. Jordan, which is even better because he's like one of my favorites, and it's a really interesting movie. I don't want to give away too much. It's semi scary. It's not really like a horror movie. It's more like a thriller kind of, but there's some scary aspects to it. But yeah, it's like set in the 1930s.
I've loved period
Um,
pieces.
and it's
Like
like it
1883,
follows.
love all of them.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. And it like follows like the two Michael B. Jordans and like how they're like forming their own like midnight juke of just like dance party in this abandoned building and like everything that happens that night. And yeah, it's very good. I really enjoyed it.
I was
Is
gonna say,
is
I
a good
like
one.
thrillers, I don't like horror movies.
Okay. Then you may or may not like this, depending on what you don't like about horror movies.
Is it like Disturbia timeline? Like,
It's not like Disturbia.
okay, like
Um,
level of like thriller where it's kind of scary, or like a little bit more gore?
there is a little bit of gore,
Okay.
because like people die at some point.
Is it not? Is it Saw? Is it Saw or Hostel?
No, no, no,
Okay,
no,
cool. Because I
not Saw.
can't do
Yeah,
that. I
no,
can't do like human torture, but I can do like, well, shit, that person's gonna die. Like, Jurassic World, that person's gonna die.
right. Yes, yeah, closer to that, but more like there's some cryptids involved.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. It was really good. I enjoyed it a ton, and like the way that they wrapped it up at the end, I was like, that's solid writing. I like this. But yeah, okay. Well, where can people find you online? Where can they order your box sets? Where can they listen to your podcast? Tell us all the things.
Okay, so I am Jamie Tobin Photo on Instagram. Instagram, like I have all my links in my bio too, but like the box set is linked. The podcast is linked. The podcast is Cameras and Car Seats. It's hosted by me and my friend Alex, and we also have like all of our links over there too. So it's just Cameras and Car Seats on Instagram, and same like website, jamietobinphotography.com, camerasandcarseats.com. All those good places.
Sweet, simple enough. Keeping it all together.
Oh yeah, and I never shut up. So like when people DM me, I'm like, What do you want to yap about?"
Yeah, I'm always down to talk.
It's a problem.
Yeah, no, I love it. Okay, well, cool. Yeah, I'll have links to all that in the show notes for everyone. You can just scroll on down and click over, follow Jamie, and yeah. Well, Jamie, thanks so much for being on the show. I really enjoyed talking. Like, literally, could talk for hours and hours.
It's fine. We got olive threads to just like quote songs. It was
Seriously,
Mulan. I was singing Mulan. That's
it
what it
was
was.
Mulan.
Yes.
Yep, that was it. Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh.
light bulb. Okay, we gotta hang
Cool.
this up now. Midwest goodbye.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just gonna. All right. See ya. All right.
Hands on the door. No.
Yes. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you for the next podcast. Bye,
Thank
y'all.
you. Bye.